A piece of Obama's legacy that I'm sure he is not going to be proud of when he looks back at his presidency is going to be the expansion of hydraulic fracturing across the United States that took place mostly under his watch. And recently, with the expansion of offshore fracking, we've seen the EPA struggle greatly with how in the hell they're going to regulate this crazy thing. Well, it turns out they're really not going to regulate offshore fracking. A draft set of rules has come out from the EPA that shows that, yeah, we're going to let the frackers go frack the Gulf of Mexico, and then all that wastewater that's created that has that 600 different chemical mix inside of it, including diesel fuel and many other known carcinogens, we're going to let them dump that in unlimited quantities into the Gulf of Mexico. That is what this draft of rules from the Environmental Protection Agency says for the fracking industry. So what does this mean? It means that an ecosystem that was ravaged by the 2010 BP oil spill and has not yet recovered is about to take another massive hit when fracking companies are allowed to pour their poison mixtures into this water, killing countless different species along the way until it finally makes its way back up to the coast, where it's going to soak into the beaches, where people lay and play and have their kids. They're going to be playing in the fracking industry's poison. And if you don't believe that that's how it works, just look at what happened with the BP oil spill. Miles and miles and miles offshore, and all that oil, all that sludge, all those tar balls and tar mats still made their way to the coast. And that's exactly what's going to happen with these fracking chemicals. The administration, the Obama administration, the EPA, they do not understand the gravity of the decisions that they are making. They're up there in Washington. You know, I hate to sound like that, but you know what? You are a little too far removed from the problem areas to fully understand the impacts that your decisions have. I mean, the BP oil spill not only decimated the environment, it destroyed the economy along the Gulf Coast for a year or more. Tourism has finally, 6 years later, caught up to pre-spill levels. It took 6 years for an area whose two main industries are tourism and seafood. Seafood industry has not yet made that full recovery. And now you're threatening this economy even further by letting fracking companies pour these deadly, toxic chemicals into our environment without any limits. It's not even like you're saying, look, you can dump 2 barrels a day. You're saying, have at it. The Gulf of Mexico is your toilet. Do with it as you please. The Obama administration has been absolutely horrible for the environment. And I will challenge anyone who says otherwise to a debate, because I have been covering environmental issues here at Ring of Fire, here at Smog Blog, for years and years and years. I have chronicled every single decision this administration has made, and for every positive step forward, they've taken 2 steps backwards. But this, treating the Gulf of Mexico like some kind of hazardous waste disposal pool, is one of the most disgusting decisions I have ever seen come from the Obama administration.